Anne Frank Inspire Academy is proud to be an open public school that serves students K-12. We have designed an experience for students at the age appropriate and consistent in our vision to reimagine education. Our three imperatives of belong, find joy, and be great ensure students have the opportunities to develop into the individuals society needs. To belong means to have opportunities. Belong means to have life together through connection and a common vision. That connection at Anne Frank is to reimagine education through our inquiry process. We expect for our students to be connected through curiosity. AFIA focuses on balancing fundamentals and skills along with opportunities for students to work and grow together. Once students belong, it's a natural progression for them to find joy. Joy requires tackling challenges, and at AFIA, we provide those challenges through strong, rigorous academics, as well as allowing students to develop self-management skills needed to tackle the next challenge. We find joy through working together and with others and our own accomplishments. Ultimately, students become great by knowing who they are and how to leverage their strengths and weaknesses to maintain long-term success. In this self-realization, combined with the ability to work together, that separates Anne Frank from other schools. And right now, I want to invite in our principal, Rosalind Payne, to tell you how to go through the application process and come take a tour with us. Ms. Payne, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. Good evening. I'm so happy you could join us today. The first step in our registration and inquiry process is to go to our Anne Frank Inspire Academy website. And on our website, you will go to the admissions tab, and then you will complete our inquiry form. And then from there, I will give you a call and set up a tour with you. That tour will be an individual tour. And so we do tours one family at a time. And to give you, individualized attention. During the tour, I'll answer any of your questions, let you know what your child's day will look like, and then let you know all the wonderful things that our school has to offer. After the tour, if you're interested in starting this year, I'll let you know what openings we have at this time, and then you'll be able to register your students for currently on our school year. If you're in high school and wanting to start your child this year, we'll be opening our enrollment on January the 4th. So we will be opening our high school, so you can bring your high school students here. We'll have our enrollment fully open. If you are wanting to start next school year, then we will place your child in the lottery, and our lottery will be conducted on February the 4th. So we'll be contacting you right after the lottery to let you know if your child has been accepted or where they are on the wait list. So I look forward to hearing from you and meeting you and your family.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. So again, if you're interested in that tour, go to annefrankia.com and we'll get you started in that process. So we appreciate you taking your time coming in and looking at us tonight. We're here in our beautiful middle school, and our middle school experience is a little bit different than those in a traditional school. And we'd like for you to take a couple of minutes and watch this video to see what that experience looks like. We are a school that believes that every student should have a voice, not only for today, but for the future. Not only in our school, but in our community, country, and the world. We teach our students to be leaders, to serve others, and to challenge themselves. This is accomplished through an academic program that allows every student an opportunity to strengthen their fundamentals and engage in their own exploration of learning. Anne Frank said it best, that we don't have to wait for a single moment to make the world a better place. Anne Frank Middle School students know what it means to belong, find joy, and to be great. Join us as we reimagine education. So we hope you enjoyed watching a little bit about our middle school. And the truth is, this school was founded starting with middle school in mind first. And that's because we believe that it's a difficult time in all of our lives in which we're learning where we are and where we're going to head. But That starts with working with great people. And that's the biggest joy that I have working here at Anne Frank is the people that I get to work with on a daily basis. We have some amazing staff members that are highly dedicated to ensuring that students belong, find joy, and become great. Take a second, watch this video that we have of our staff telling you what it's like to work here and what it's like to work with your kids and what you can expect. That video is going to be followed up with a grading video that explains why we do our grading a little bit different here at Anne Frank than in other places. All right, so we are joined right now by three of our wonderful facilitators, and so I'm going to give them a second, let them introduce themselves. And Ms. Padilla, I'm going to start with you. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am Miss Padilla. I am the kinder and first grade facilitator at Anne Frank Inspire Academy. And I am currently, a little bit about me, I'm currently getting my master's at UTSA in curriculum and instruction.
I am Stephanie Bryant, and I am the ELA facilitator at the middle school here at Anne Frank Inspire Academy. This is my 10th year of teaching, and I'm new to Anne Frank, and I have been loving every second of it.
Yeah, my name is Mike Zaba. I'm a high school facilitator. I've been hired on to teach governance, but more importantly, to try to bring inquiry into the high school and to do some cross-curricular planning with the other facilitators. And I've been having a real fun time working with everybody and working with the students.
Tell me a little bit about what your experience has been as a facilitator here, and then why do we even use that word facilitator instead of teacher, right?
Well, coming from the traditional setting to Anne Frank, it has been a really neat experience to be able to do just that, facilitate, to be able to let the kids have some freedom in what they choose to read or what they choose to research, and then use that to help drive their learning, use their interest, allow them a little bit of freedom and creativity. And I'm there to facilitate and direct them in the right direction to make sure that they're on the right track. But that's been one thing that's been really neat for me, is to really let it be student driven, and it's not so much focused on the teacher, but me just facilitating their learning.
I have a group of students right now. They're working on building a recording studio at our middle school. It's like, I didn't prepare a lesson on that. That was something they were interested in, and I facilitate their progress with it. So if they get stuck on something, I can try to guide them or go talk to Mr. Johnson and speak on their behalf if I need to. But it's been real fun because, a recording studio, who gets to do that, right? And there's math involved. We got to measure the dimensions of the room. They get to negotiate a little bit with how much money they get to spend on it. So there's some language skills involved. We got to talk about the physics of sound waves. So there's your science. I mean, everything's tied into it. It's been a lot of fun. So, Ms. Padilla, everybody starts hearing about this exploration, right, and all of this free thinking and different things along those lines. But truth is, we do a really good job of balancing that fundamental piece of that reading and math. And so, can you put some parents at ease about what your classroom at that kindergarten and at the elementary really kind of looks like, right?
Yes, of course, of course. So, of course, I am the facilitator, so I help and guide their learning, but at the same time, because it is the foundation in the kinder and the first grade level, we really try to focus on certain areas, but in those areas, they get to explore. At the same time, we are there behind them, helping them, making sure that they are going to the right path.
Yeah. So, Mike, let me ask you to do me a favor real quick. Flip that hat, right? Because you also are a parent that has a child in Miss Padilla's class, right? So,
This is true.
can
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit about Charlotte's experience as a student?
I've seen just such a mature young girl grow over the weeks and over the months. It's been really beautiful to watch. She, with the virtual setting, she jumps into her Path Blazer and Amplify reading, and she's all about making sure she's got that taken care of. And of course, Miss Padilla is always communicating on Treehouse, so there's always a message there showing us what we got to do. So it's been really nice. We're incredibly happy.
We are in a serious time, and this has been a challenge in our profession to try to figure out how to balance all of these different things. And I know, as a parent myself, one of the things that I worry about is teacher burnout and like what is the mood of the staff, what is the culture, what's going on there, as far as dealing with my kids, because it's reality, right? So with no judgment, take everything away from me, right? You're not talking to me, but you're talking to the people outside, and you have an opportunity to kind of express what your experience has been over the last 3 months, 4 months that you've been doing this here this year. So, can y'all speak to what your experience as facilitators have been?
I think because I work very, very close with my school, my building, my pod, I think that we all have, I mean, it's such a small school, we can all have each other's back on everything. I will go talk to a teacher. They will help me with whatever I need. They're also open. We just have a really, really open environment there and at Anne Frank. And I feel like I'm pretty sure you guys can say the same thing. All the teachers were all friendly. We all get along so well. And the teacher burnout, I haven't felt it yet, not yet, but because I just have such a great team with me.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of that a little bit. There's a sense of collaboration where we come together to solve those problems when they do arise, or to approach a certain task that we have in the best way, and we just collaborate on that. Even across campuses, I feel like just making sure that we're all supporting each other, and reaching out when we need something, going over to the elementary when I have maybe a struggling reader that might need some support from the grade before or something. What ideas do they have? That collaboration really makes our job a lot easier.
Parents right now, they have a big decision. They're looking at they're looking at student safety, they're looking at the education piece of it. But the big question that I have is, if I'm a parent, what is it that you are really looking for out of my child, right? And what is that experience really going to come down to their success being?
I'm looking for that curiosity, that just the inner child to come out. A lot of these kids over the years, as they age, they lose that little kid vibe about them, where it's just like the whole world's awesome and I want to explore everything. So I'm looking for that to be a part of the high school experience here, to bring that out and just have this like little kid joy about them in terms of like trying to learn about the world.
Just the openness, for them to be open to what's around them, and to just what I have to say, what the students around them have to say. There's that openness of like again, going back to collaboration, letting them discover things, but being open to looking into new things.
Kindergarten and first graders, they're naturally curious and they're naturally open. So my goal is to not destroy that from them, so they can go up to the middle school and high school and they can still have those factors in them.
Guys, I really do appreciate your time. And one of the things that we look for in a staff, right, is for people to be open. We want that curiosity to remain. As a parent of a child in this campus right now, that's the one thing that I can tell you is he asks me questions all the time, right? And that's what we want to continue. So, guys, not only what y'all do on a daily basis and the time that y'all gave today, but who y'all are helping our kids become and the direction that we're moving. So, thanks a lot for your time. And now y'all get back to work, and we'll have a great day. We'll talk to y'all later. The primary purpose of grading is to communicate student achievement. Over time, grading has transformed into a process that tried to package many factors into one single number. That is why at Anne Frank Inspire Academy, we are committed to sharing intentional, consistent, and meaningful information about each individual student's process of learning. We do this by providing syllabi that specifically lay out our expectation for each unit and the way we communicate with parents and students what matters most. What do I need to know? What do I need to be able to do? And what do I need to become? Part of reimagining education is sometimes just staying focused on what matters most, and that's student learning. Standards-based grading allows us to do just that, and this is how it works. First, you decide what's worth learning. For us at Anne Frank, that is our TEKS. This is what we are required to ensure students master, and it's laid out for us. Second, what is it a student must know? This is the information that they need in order to be successful in the future. And third, what is it a student can do with the information once they know it? Finally, what a student is becoming. Too often you have raised great kids that work hard and their grades reflect it. But we do them a disservice because it doesn't communicate accurately what they know or what they can do. This is why we must have an area that gives you important information about soft skills. We need to be successful without giving false information about learning. We believe at Anne Frank that by providing you with this specific feedback, that we will be able to serve your child and your family while ultimately working together to ensure that all students belong, find joy, and become great. So again, if you're interested in taking a tour here at Anne Frank, go to our website at annefrankia.com. Go over there and click on that inquiry, set up a tour. Ms. Payne will give you a call right back. So I hope you enjoyed meeting our staff. That's just a small sample of the amazing people that work here at Anne Frank. And then we lead into our high school, right? So students leave our middle school and they head into our high school, and what is it that they're going to experience there? And we really want to make sure that we focus on that college career and military readiness here at our school while still creating an atmosphere where, like Mr. Zabo and Ms. Padilla and Ms. Bryant were talking about, where students are still curious and they still want to know more. And so one of the ways that we do that is we partner with Northwest Vista as well as University of Texas in Austin. And we provide students opportunities for them to take college courses to see and to experience that. And we pay that for all of our students in junior and senior year. And I want to invite now our counselor, Mr. Moss, to explain to you how we allow students to begin that preparation from the time they walk into our high school as ninth graders.
Well, thank you, Mr. Johnston, and welcome families to this open house. I am someone who really wishes that you could be here in person because I love to connect with you, but hopefully we'll be able to see you on the tour when you come. So as Mr. Johnson alluded to, there's no more important mission to ensure that as we do all of this rigorous academic work and all of the great things we do outside of the classroom, that we translate that into real world. And so one of the things that we have been focused on this year with the addition of the Naviance platform here at Anne Frank is really thinking about where students go after they graduate. And so we are in the process of rolling out a series of products and services that Naviance has afforded us that really allow students to take a deeper dive, look at their strengths, the kinds of interests they have, and applying that to actual careers and actual schools that can connect them to that career one day. We believe here that college and career education really does start in the kindergarten. We'll eventually make our way down that way, but for right now, we're focused on our high school students and getting them really focused on what they're going to be doing next after they graduate here. And so on that note, we have another video that we would like to share with you all as you think about and reflect on the high school experience here at Anne Frank. We hope to see you soon.
We are a high school that believes that every student should have a voice, not only for today, but for the future. Not only in our school, but in our community, country, and the world. We teach our students to be leaders, to serve others, and to challenge themselves. This is accomplished through an academic program highlighted by every student having an opportunity for credit from the University of Texas at Austin or Northwest Vista Community College. Through electives under the endorsement of government and public administration, students will complete 50 hours of community service each year, as well as develop and strengthen leadership skills. Anne Frank Aspire Academy alumni will know what it means to belong, find joy, and to be great. Join us as we reimagine education. So I hope you enjoy looking at what a day in our high school looks like as well. Right now, let's go ahead and open it up for some questions. We have some questions that were came through some of the Facebook things and that we have pushed out. So let's answer some of these questions. So what type of extracurricular activities do we offer? Well, first of all, I can't start this without letting you know, here in about 30 minutes, we're going to kick off the regional championship flag football game. Our young men really fought back this year, and they're sitting there at the highest level game that they can play. And so we're excited for that. We're expecting a W of the night and for Anne Frank to be champions of the flag football season. We also have basketball for both boys and girls. We have volleyball for girls, as well as soccer, and we're also looking to start cross country. All of those sports are 6 through 12 right now. We do have some fifth graders that are going to be playing basketball, and then as we move forward, we want to go ahead and bring that into the elementary fourth and fifth grade and really start that connection and that belonging piece at a younger level. We have other clubs, of course, as well. We're in the process right now of really designing a student government through our student council that represents and allows for it to really be a learning experience and for it to be more than just a club, but for it to be a true functioning government, from operating a budget to having procedures and policies and really getting into the government side of the student council. We have our National Honor Society, our National Junior Honor Society. We have clubs that are created by kids. And when we were here in person, and when we get back in full person without the remote learning piece of it, we will go back to at the middle school level, our Wednesday club days that are student-led clubs. And we can have anything from gymnastics to a Harry Potter club to a cooking club, all generated and led by students, and we're excited to have that piece. So those are some of the things that we have going on here at Anne Frank. And then here's the other piece, and this is the beautiful part of it. We do what our students find important to them. And so if a student comes in and says, hey, this is something that I believe in, this is something I want to be a part of, and they can garner the support and to keep that going, then we're going to jump right behind that with the kids as well. Yeah, so this past year, we invested in a program called Blackbod that we have set up as our treehouse. And if you come to Anne Frank, one of the things that'll stand out to you is our treehouse that was built by the treehouse master, Pete Nelson himself, right? And so we have our treehouse, which is our learning platform. And so that's what some people may use as Schoology in other schools or Google Classroom. Our treehouse is where students go in order to be able to operate, locate their information. Now, as a parent, what is, we believe, a beautiful thing is the control that we give you to make decisions for your family. And you're the one that knows what's best for your family during this time. We can't turn around and say, hey, this is what you have to do. And so we give families different options. One of those options is for kids to come Monday through Friday, because families still are working, right, and are still needing a place for their kid to go. And then here's the truth of the matter is the best place for kids to learn is going to be at school. As much as the remote learning has opened up some flexibility, we believe in connection here at Anne Frank. And the best place for that to happen is here on our campus. The second option is for kids to go Monday through Thursday, because Friday our students do work digitally on campus. And that's where our teachers can plan and prepare for the next week, as well as make sure they're serving our online students to the best of their abilities. The third option is for students to come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And this limits students' exposure while also giving them the best of coming to school. And so we don't feel like we need to tell you, hey, kids can't ever come to school during the week. We feel like we want to give you an option that if they can come 1 or 2 days, that's better than no days here on campus, right? And so whatever works for your family. And then the final option is that full remote. Just like we say that the learning happens best here on campus, the truth is the kid's safest at home. And so if your family is in a situation where safety is your number one priority, we want to take care of your needs as well by serving students at home. But we feel like by giving you that control to make the decisions that's best for your family allows for us to connect and work together better. Yeah, I think the biggest benefit is we're going to know you by name. And I don't think that's any better than we've had a young man watch this the entire time, right? And everybody in this room knows who Aaron is. We speak to Aaron, and if Aaron was to walk up to me at the store, I would know exactly who he is, right? So having your name known when you're here at campus, having access to me, direct access to me, all of our families have my cell phone number. They all have access to us. Just because you have my number doesn't mean I have to answer, but you do have it, right? People have direct access to our facilitators. They have direct access to our counselor. And so we know who you are, and we're committed to making sure that we give you the best that you need for your child to be successful. And we're committed to making sure we do that on a daily basis. Again, thank y'all for taking your time watching this open house tonight. We hope that if you have any other questions, you'll reach directly out to us. And again, go to Anne Frank. I think if I do this, I kind of get close to it, right? Am I right there? You go to annefrankia.com, and you can check on that inquiry box. And once you click on that inquiry box, we'll set up a tour. We'll bring you in, and see if this is the right place for your family, for you to begin your education here at Anne Frank Inspire Academy. So again, thanks for coming out, watching. We hope this is a place where you'll come, belong, find joy, and become great. Have a great night.